Hey everyone, this is Marco Oscarson from BetterWayVacations.net. I've just logged into our travel membership and I wanted to give you a quick tour to show you what it'll look like once you purchase your membership. So here we have arrived at the home page, and the membership is showcasing a few Christmas weeks. So if that's your thing to get away for Christmas, then you can drop by here and go to Colorado for just $5.99 per week. There's another one in Colorado, skiing for Christmas. That sounds pretty good. $4.99 per week. This is a 2-bedroom unit, sleeps 8 people. And maybe you want some sunshine, you could head down to La Costa Beach Club in Florida. That one is $4.89 per week. It's just a studio unit. It sleeps 2, but you're still going to have a full kitchen in there and everything. So the studio is larger than a hotel room, so that's still a nice size. There's another one, Lighthouse Cove Resort, and that's $4.89 per week in the studio. This one sleeps 4, though I guess it's a little bit larger. And or you can go to Vegas. If Christmas in Vegas is your thing, then head down to the Jockey Club, and that's $600 per week for a 1-bedroom. But what Charlotte and I like to do is, before we even log in, is we like to access the newsletter. And you can see a bunch of deals that are highlighted in there. It's just a small sampling, and anybody can go to this, whether you have the membership or not. This is open to the public to take a look. You won't be able to book anything, of course, but you can still take a look. And everything's listed from A to Z, and I'll just show you a couple ones. These ones are pretty cool. The Tradewinds Cruise Club. This is where you hire a small catamaran boat and you cruise around there. I did a price comparison on these, and it's a mandatory all-inclusive of $9.25 per week, but when I did the price comparison, their actual rates are around $5,000, so I think it was you save a couple or $3,000 going through our membership, so that was pretty cool. We'll go down here a little bit more. There's Brazil, British Virgin Islands, Canary Islands, China, lots of beautiful resorts. And again, this is just a small sampling that you can see in the newsletter. We like to just take a quick look here sometimes without having to log in. Not that logging in is a big deal. Everyone gets their own unique ID and password, and it takes only a couple clicks to enter, but for a quick look, you just want to take a look at the newsletter. Let's see here. We always like to go to Mexico. We're on the west coast of Canada, and it's always a quick, easy flight down to the west coast of Mexico. So here's one I've looked at previously already, and we've actually stayed at this resort, the Hacienda del Mar in Cabo San Lucas. I'll show you the 1-bedroom here for $6.99 per week, and this is March 8th to the March 15th of 2014 for $6.99. It's beautiful. It's on the corridor. It's about 5 or 10 minute drive from actually Cabo San Lucas. It's in between Cabo and San Jose del Cabo, and we stayed here back in December of I think '09 in a studio unit. It was beautiful. I love this resort actually. It's so cool with all the little hacienda buildings, and there's nice walkways throughout here. It's a really large resort, but it doesn't feel that way because there's so many pools. I don't know if you can see that, but there's so many pools dotted around the front, and it has a nice beach, so it's never really congested at all. Let's take a look at some other ones. There's lots in Pueblo Bonito and Mazatlan. We've also stayed there once. Hotel Suites Nadia is in Bucerias in Nuevo Puerto Vallarta area. Let's see, we'll go down here, Philippines, Spain, St. Martin. Let's take a look at this one, 2-bedroom for $4.99 only. That's coming up pretty quick, November 9th. It looks alright. So these are set weeks that you would be able to, if you remember, you'd be able to purchase right on the spot just by clicking. I'll show you in a second here. Let's take a look at another one. How about this cute one in Arizona, the World Mark Pine Top. So all you would do is go in and you'd hit, if this is your fancy, if this is what you like, then you just hit the request button and you'd fill out your information here. and you'd be notified within 24 hours. Usually, I would say even within the hour. Sometimes they're very fast, depending on what time of day you're actually doing this. But they're super fast at getting back to you. Then they will. Our online booking agents will check with the resort to make sure and verify that it is available. They could have had a last minute booking, so they'll verify that, and then they'll put your name on there, and then they'll require you to pay, and then it's yours, and you'll be sent your travel documents and you're set to go. So this is what the newsletter looks like. Places all over. Florida always has a huge amount of places. There's one in Hawaii, Idaho. This is the states all across the US. So let's go back to the home page. Let's go back home, and click on the hot weeks. Now this is only accessible by having your membership and inputting your user ID and password. So here's the hot weeks, and these are all weeks that are $3.98 or less. And again, they're all over the world. Now here's one that's near us, Lake Okanagan Resort in Kelowna. It's a nice little spot. This is May 11th to the 18th. It actually gets pretty nice weather that time of year. I played soccer up in Kelowna every May long weekend, so I know it gets pretty hot up there. So this would be a nice week to go for sure. And this is the hot week section. Like I said, they're all, they're all $3.98 or less. And there's places all over the place, all over. I love Mexico. Acapulco, haven't been to yet, but we've been to Cabo several times. We've gone to the East Coast once. That was nice too. The beautiful beaches over there, and the water is just so crystal blue. Amazing. Mexico City, we now have places that's recently new. Let's check these out. Looks good for kids. What's the other one like? Pretty cozy. Looks like it's not really in the city so much as probably the surrounding area. And every listing will give you information on what's there, and you can click on everything else. It gives you more information, the weather, other features, directions, etc., etc., what's in each unit. And I'm trying to whip through this pretty quick here. I don't want to keep it too long. So this gives you an idea of all the Portugal. Look at all those ones in Portugal. Some of them $2.98, $3.10. Tons and tons of locations, weeks available. Spain, and down the list into the States again. So that's the hot week section. We also have a member to member section. And here, if you actually own a timeshare, you can go in here and rent your weeks out to other members, and our travel provider does not charge anything for doing this. You just accept all the payment, and they do this as a courtesy to their membership, so just to make more things available. And quite often we'll see some unique listings in here in the member to member for rent section. So that hacienda was actually someone who owns a timeshare there, and they want to rent it out to our membership. So typically these would be a little bit higher because they want to at least cover their maintenance fees. So they might have a maintenance fee of $650 or $600 or something on that one, and maybe $500 on that, or maybe they just want to break even. I don't know. They might have to pay even more than that, and they just want to cover some of it if they don't want to go there. I don't know why they wouldn't, because we've been there and we love that one, the Hacienda Del Mar. Adventurers Club, we've stayed there on the east coast of Mexico. That's very nice too. We only paid $4.99, I believe, for that one. And that was in June. It's kind of rainy though. Don't go in June on the east coast. What else do we got here? Let's go back and look at search resorts. It's another option. If you didn't see anything in what was listed there, you could go to search resorts and narrow it down. And let's see, I always go to Mexico. Let's find something else for a change. How about Kauai? Let's see what's in Kauai. So you click go, and what'll come up is the registry of resorts. That'll come up right away, and these are all the resorts that are contracted by our travel membership to provide accommodations to our members at a rate of $7.99 or less per week. So you can stay at any of these Wyndham properties, are very nice for $6.99. But they'll have some set weeks here. You can look in the View Endless Holidays, and there's the Wyndham Valley High. That's always seems to be in here. And this is November 10th to the 17th for $4.99 for 1 bedroom. So that's pretty cool. And let's look again. There's a couple more. And you can look under what they call specialty holiday here. Pono Kai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that looks pretty nice too. So that's Hawaii. That was $7.99 per week for that one. And let's look at somewhere else. How about Florida? Check that out. And there's so many in Florida that they've broken it down into different areas. This is the Florida Central area. There's also West Coast and East Coast. And look at all these ones that are available in Florida. Just in that central Orlando area. Here's the West Coast. And these are all the ones that are contracted to let our members stay there for under $7.99. As you can see, the highest ones are $6.99. There's no dates on these. You would request these, and I'll show you that in a minute. But let's see, there's hot weeks here in Florida. There's a whole bunch of them near Kissimmee, which I believe is Disney World in Florida is near Kissimmee. I've never been on that side so much. We live on the West Coast, so we're always zipping down the West Coast and direct flights, and it's quicker and cheaper to go on this same side that we're on. So for all you Easterners, you're probably very familiar with this area, and you can stay in Disneyland for just under $400 per week. We even have close to Christmas weeks there for hot weeks. So there's specialty holidays. There's a number of them. Sheraton Vistana Resort, I believe, is a nice one. I always see that on here. Like, look at this, $7.99. That's the most expensive price we have for accommodations. And look at this thing, huge. It's just a nice place. Fun for the kids. So, where am I going now? Let's try View Prime Week. And there again, look at all these ones. Wow. So many. And we have a short stay section. That's relatively new, where you'll pay per night, and this is you can stay 1, 2, 3 nights, I think is how it works. I'm not really sure. We haven't done that. We usually go for a week or two. But let's go back to, I want to see some Mexico ones really quick. I always want to do that. Let's go take a look really quick here. How about Puerto Vallarta this time? Let's take a look. So here's a bunch. Bougainvilleas, we stayed there last June. We actually stayed there a couple years before we bought this membership at a friend's timeshare. And so we were familiar with this resort. It's very nice. And we were married at, let's see if it's still here. It is the Playa Fiesta Beach Club. We were married here on the beach. It was beautiful. If you go to their website, you'll actually see a couple pictures of us right down in here. That was incredible. Best night of my life. And we also stayed at, there it is, Grand Mayan in Nuevo Vallarta. This is a massive resort. This is all pools. I think it's the second biggest pool in Latin America or something like that. The beach is nice too. It's quite wide open. This is a wave pool. Kids love that. And this is the lazy river that winds around here. My goal was to go on that lazy river 100 times around. It was a lofty goal, I know, and I only made it up to about 60 times in 1 week. But it's a pretty good way to waste a day. And let's see. How about hot weeks for Puerto Vallarta? Let's see what's in there. We got the Hotel Nadia in Bucerias. That's pretty close to the Grand Mine. It's actually just across the northern marina. Let's look at that one. It was being built a couple years ago when we were there. Yeah, it looks nice. This is a rooftop pool and spa that overlooks the whole area in Bucerias. It's across the street from the beach, so that's nice. And right behind actually is a what is the name of that pizza place now? They make the best pizza. It's owned by a guy from Calgary. Yo-Yo Mo's, that's what it was. Yo-Yo Mo's restaurant. It was awesome pizza there. And we watched the Canucks lose to the Boston Bruins a few years back. But we had our Canuck jerseys on. T-shirts, not the jerseys. Way too hot for the jerseys, but we had a good time there, a few nights. And let's see, how about Prime Weeks? What do we got in here? But Rancho Banderas is in there. Yeah, they're always in here. Lots of listings there. Grand Miramar. Oh, that one I want to go to too. This isn't the south part of Puerto Vallarta. It has the most incredible views over the city. It's the last one we looked at was way down here, and this is at the south end of town. So we got Puerto Vallarta covered pretty much with our membership. If you like going down there, and I can't see why you wouldn't. We got a lot of places for you to stay in with our membership. Rancho Banderas now is at the very other end of. It's closer to Punta Mita, and it's a nice location too. It's a little quieter. There's not too much around, so if that's your thing, just to kick back and relax, like look at that view. How would you like to hang out there every day? It's beautiful. So that is in the search function of our membership. And like I said, what you would just have to do is click on request if you like this week, March 15th, 22nd, for $6.98 a week, 2-bedroom for 6 people. Like $100 a night you're talking here for 6 people. Split that. That's so cheap. You just hit the request button and fill out your information, and they'll check to make sure it's available. They'll get back to you ASAP. Then you pay for it, and then you're booked to go. It's less than 24 hours and you're set to go. So that is booking fixed weeks. So there's some 250,000 fixed weeks per year in our membership. But if you never see anything that you like through the newsletter, the hot weeks, or the member to member, or searching the resorts themselves, then what you do is you go to the message center. Oh, actually, sorry, you go, this is how you do that, sorry, I forgot. You go to anywhere, say you want to go to Hungary, and you click on that, and you'll just pick any resort in here in Hungary, and you'll request that. And what you do in here, you fill out the dates you want to go, and in the instructions you'll say something to the effect of, I want to go to Hungary, can you send me offers? I don't particularly want to stay at this resort. You might, but you just write in here, I want you to send me offers for Hungary on these dates, and thank you very much. And our booking agents will send you information. They'll send you some offers, and then you're free to choose them or decline them, and you just go from there. You can do that for everywhere on this list, anywhere in the world, pretty much. So there's cruises, lots of cruises. I've never been on one. We have to take a ferry. We live on Vancouver Island, and I tell you, we have to take a ferry every time to get off here, and I'm just not that excited about getting on another boat. I know they're a lot nicer than ferries for sure, but that's just my thing, and I'm not at that stage yet. I like to explore the resorts more and the area, and being on a cruise doesn't float my boat. But it may one day, and I'm definitely going to try it. But we do get the best rates or their cash back. So we do get great rates on cruises as well. And instant bookings is our guest section. Here you can use this section up to 52 times per year. Let's try Mexico and take a look here. Baja. Let's find something in December starting at the 14th, and let's search. This will take a minute or two depending on how many spots are in there. And it came up with 91 matches on December 14th in a whole range of places. Some of them are all inclusives, some are not. But this is the guest section. Your family or friends you can book for them, and you can use it yourself for trips. We used it for our last trip to Puerto Vallarta when we stayed at the Bougainvilleas. So that is that. There's short stays as well. The travel center, this is where you can book flights or car rentals. We've saved a couple $100 on the same seats WestJet had using this site here on our membership, as opposed to going direct with WestJet. So that was pretty good. And that's a pretty quick little view of our membership. So I hope you enjoyed it. This is an uncut, unedited version of our membership tour. So I know I stammered a little bit, but I hope you still enjoyed it and gave you an idea of what's available. So if you'd like to get your own membership, the rates are rising as of November 10th, 2013, so you may want to get in as quick as you can, and you can do that by visiting betterthantimeshares.net, or sorry, .ca, betterthantimeshares.ca, or you can subscribe to our newsletter at betterwayvacations.net. So there you go.